Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Saturday, October 7, 2023. That's at 3:15 p.m. Eastern. When I look inside and I see that I am nothing, that is wisdom. When I look outside and see that I am everything, that is love. And between these two, my life turns. There's a Gadata Mirage. You trust 100% in yourself. How many of us truly trust 100% in ourselves? Most of us don't think about that. You trust 100% in yourself, the universe, and in this sacred journey through life. It can become challenging always being trusting, open, and available to yourself. The universe and your life is no small matter. Accessing our full enlightened nature is so enormous that we must expand beyond our old comfort zones and trust in something beyond the mind, beyond everything we know. The great secret to living in a continuous state of trust is learning how to abide in the feminine energy. This is the highly fertile experience of openness, deep relaxation, and pure receptivity. When this energy enters our body, it means we have stopped engaging in society's over-controlling, dominating, masculine influence and started welcoming that feminine magnetic force that is inherent at the core of every atom in creation. The sacred feminine energy is wild, liberating, and is very magnetic. It is inside of everything around us. It is very real, organic, and it shows up naturally when we stop pursuing the life that never fully satisfied us. As we turn inwards to find the divine feminine source, we merge with that ancient way of being which nurtures our very soul. We find this natural spiritual energy inside our being. And relaxing into this energy allows us to feel at one with this entire universe wherever we go. The enlightened state is absolute trust in what is here now. And it's never half-ass about it. This 100% level of trust creates an instant feeling of freedom from doubt, resistance, and fear. The mind stops controlling everything, and it gives up striving to attain a different experience than the one given to you now. When we live from a state of 100% trust, we start allowing this magical universe to unfold however it will. Now, if you are only willing to release 99% control of your life, then ask yourself, what is this 1% still holding on to? Why would clinging to thoughts of fear, doubt, and needing more control be more important than our spiritual freedom? Sure, we could allow for a small percentage of our ego's free will to be there. Yet it's good to explore how this non-trusting ego trip is just some entertaining sideshow and not the real deal. To abide in 100% trust all day long requires a full let go of our beliefs addictions, demands on ourselves, others, and this world. Full let go of our beliefs, addictions, demands on ourselves, others, and this world. It means that we stop avoiding our unlimited spiritual nature. Total trust is about us recognizing the divine soul we are and having the deepest devotion to our spiritual self. Secret is about embracing all the joy and pain we find inside. Life is meant to be a continuous, trusting process. To master it, this great sacred feminine energy needs to be at our center so we can feel nourished, guided in every moment of our lives. When we can sit back and allow the great cosmic wheel of life to take over, we'll find out that it's steering our mind to see, feel, and know this is all divine perfection. All journeys are outward journeys. There's no inward journey. How can you turn inwards? You are already there. There's no point in going. When going stops, journeying disappears. When desiring is no more, clouding the mind, you are in Osho. Feel the oneness between the spiritual and material world. Manifesting our material dream life and the road to enlightenment are two sides of the same coin. When we embrace our natural manifesting ability, we must choose to also open the doors for a greater spiritual depth inside, which is needed to balance everything out. We cannot be fully enlightened unless we are enjoying our connection with the vibrant, rich matrix of powerful manifesting energy that exists in quantum particles all around us and is what we refer to as the material world. We also cannot totally enjoy any physical riches and luxuries of the material world without being relaxed and surrendered to our divine spiritual energy at our core. These worlds are one world, two sides of the same coin, and they are independent with each other, feeding into the other. They cannot exist without each other. If we judge something in the material world as bad, we set up an energetic block inside us which stops our spiritual growth, and vice versa. It is only through surrendering to the merging of our spiritual and material nature that we find the fastest path to freedom. Ironically, we will find the experience of spiritual surrender is one of the greatest manifesting secrets that was ever invented, and causes our dreams and desires to manifest faster than the speed of light. Retire into solitude. Seat yourself on a clean spot in an erect posture, with the head and neck in a straight line. Control all sense organs. Bow down in devotion to your teacher. Then enter the lotus of the heart and meditate there on the presence of Brahman, the pure, the infinite, the blissful. Kalvaya Upanishad. It's good to know that the road towards enlightenment is the highest spiritual path one can choose to follow through life. Not because self-realization is so challenging to discover and maintain, yet rather because it is also extremely easy and effortless. It is both effortless and ridiculously challenging, which is what makes it so enticing to explore. The mind is often too small of a container to grasp this, and may become confused by this conundrum, which is why we haven't heard about that many enlightened beings in our Earth's past. The good news is that anyone can step into this empty of mind, spiritually awakened state instantly at any moment, since the light of consciousness is our basic nature. Depending on our programming, it may require decades of searching and efforting to set the mind aside, remain fully conscious of pure consciousness, totally relaxed in your body, and eternally expanding into your cosmic spiritual nature. It's truly the greatest cosmic joke of all that we are trying to attain our natural effulgent state of being. And we already are that. So what could be easier and harder than that? Basically, it means we must make a tremendous effort to be 100% effortless. How about that? Make a tremendous effort to be 100% effortless. That we're trying to attain our natural effulgent state of being, we are already that. So on this great journey into enlightenment, and that's every day that we're on this journey into enlightenment, we're going to get to pass a few essential tests. What's at stake here is our life's fulfillment on the deepest levels. So we will come across many unexpected curves in the road, perhaps an enormous range of mountains to climb, a massive roadblock to leap over, and many succulent distractions that will stop us in our spiritual tracks. All these tests make the journey even more of a wild and crazy celebration when we are sitting on top of one of those peaks or resting in the green, sunny, warm valley along the way. People do not appreciate things that are freely given as much as those things which they may feel are nearly impossible to attain. No feat that is going to push our boundaries, stretch our limits, and feels outrageous to even imagine is going to be easy to manifest. The amount of struggle, loss, and confusion along our journey is the very fuel that will eventually burn our ego away. So again, it is the universe that has invented the perfect spiritual setup. Just remember, this universe never makes mistakes. The journey which is pulling us deeper in this very moment of our life is revealing the real reason why we are here. If and when we look for our path into enlightenment in any place other than the now, we will miss it. It is always hidden in the most sacred place that we are least likely to look for it. Let them throw their curses if inside. I am connected to what's true. My soul stays quiet and clear. Do you think God worries what people say? If a few ashes fall on a mirror, use them to polish it. Lala, 14th century, North Indian mystic. No matter what happens to us in this life, remember this one sweet understanding. We are powerful beyond measure, beautiful beyond words, and truly an extraordinary being who has access to unlimited love, creativity, and pleasure. All this is and more is available inside every one of us right now. To access it, sit in a state of wonder. Be in awe of this understanding. Try it, just for a few minutes. See what happens. You might discover some resistance, denial, or perhaps the realization that this amazing fact is already within you. It is good to know that each block you encounter in this life is your greatest catalyst to driving into a deeper experience of your most enlightened self. Every experience we have as human beings contains a doorway to this divine state. All that's needed is to look for the door, reach out for the golden handle, walk on through. There's nothing as easy and fulfilling as entering the sweet paradise that is within our very being. It's easiest to discover this warm, fuzzy feeling inside when we are alone, in nature, quiet, looking within ourselves for many hours. To arrive at this place means letting go of the hectic outer world. Put away the busy, overly productive to-do lists and devote to spend time, solid quality time, with you. Whatever is stopping you from making time for yourself is blocking you from experiencing the most tremendous freedom, love, and joy. So my invitation for you is that you let go of your life, emotionally, mentally, and intentionally lose your grip and relax into your true self. Now, for many people, that's a scary notion, right? Let go of my life. Are they crazy? It's called leave it alone. Step outside of it. And here, you will find this powerful, beautiful, and extraordinary high vibrational being, you. Letting go is not easy at first, I admit that. Especially when we are used to spending our lives living like a closed, tight grip. So practice loosening the grip. And try it for at least 1 hour every day. You might be pleasantly surprised on how much you look forward to this time. The fact is that you are worth it. When you look at yourself in the mirror, and a lot of people won't even do that, what do you see as seeing you? Maybe not always clearly, yet we can only see aspects of ourself. Our entire self is too huge, too amazing, and magnificent to digest in just one sitting. It's like you can look back at your day and remember most of what happened, yet try and look back on your entire life and even past lifetimes and digest everything in the same detailed manner. You are much bigger than the mind can conceive. When you come to the edge of all the light you know and are about to step off into the darkness of the unknown, faith is knowing one of two things will happen. There will be something solid to stand on, or you will be taught how to fly. Unknown. To start feeling a fraction of just how amazing you truly are, begin with letting go of any limiting beliefs that arise about yourself. If you think you're too nice, too old, too fat, too ugly, too poor, these are all old, decrepit, boring stories and excuses. In truth, they're just tiny electrons passing through the brain, making you believe you're in some prison. Realize these are all just thoughts passing through your consciousness in each moment. That's all they are. They don't have any power. You give it to them. You can choose to pay attention to the good ones or the bad ones. Totally up to you. You can easily break free from any negative or limiting beliefs running around in your mind by surrendering to loving you. Trust in the feeling of love. Believe that love is the way. Notice how it feels to be a bit more gentle and kind with yourself. What does it feel like to accept all of your parts? Real love is deep and eternal. It has no reason why it loves. It just constantly sends out gentle energy, working its magic and healing all parts of you every time. There is nothing more powerful and transformational than love. When you decide to devote your day to loving you, being gentle with you, something very magical occurs. You start to feel the love that is already inside you now. Deep inside your soul is the infinite source of love, the energy of God. Source, absolute consciousness. Whatever name you place on it, the energy is the same. It is creating your experience of reality in every millisecond of your life. And it is the most benevolent, brilliant, and loving source that there will ever be. Everyone on this planet is all on this sacred spiritual journey together. The life is for our enjoyment, transformation, spiritual growth, and eventually our enlightenment. We are here to enlighten the load from our past. Let go of all the heaviness we've been carrying for lifetime. Whatever has been burdening, blocking, or frustrating to us is not real. The very instant we clearly see what is real, then everything changes immediately. There is this great relief inside as we no longer have to fight or resist anything in this life anymore. The war is over. We can see the truth, accept that which we believed was totally unacceptable about ourselves. It is then that our greatest joy and freedom begins to settle in. There's nothing we can do to make a wrong turn in this life. Everything is part of our destiny. On an infinite highway where everything is connected, all lanes eventually reach the same infinite destination. We cannot mess up our life. It is perfectly imperfect just as it is. It contains all the bittersweet and sour elements needed to release our tight grip inside ourselves. Relax deeply. Find out that we are powerful, beautiful, and truly extraordinary. And on those days when we feel that we made a wrong turn in our life, where we got in trouble for not yielding to the other, where we had an unconscious moment, smashed into someone we loved, may feel like everything is lost. Maybe you were driving with one foot on the brake and the other foot on the gas, and mainly looking backwards in the rearview mirror. The secret here is forgiveness. Let go of whatever mistakes you've made in your life. They're last year's movie. Just observe the judgments of these movies about yourself without participating in that judgment. Welcome the experience of whatever your great error was and accept that it was a lesson teaching you something deeper about yourself and life. By welcoming whatever judgments are showing up about yourself, the judgmentaholic inside gets to step down from its pedestal. And a hint of clarity somehow naturally finds its way in. A glimmer of lightness finds its way into the deepest, darkest night of the soul. When we fully experience judgment for whatever it has to say, without holding on to any story about it, this universe has to present itself to you with full clarity. This coming week is this. Don't resist any experience that life gives you. Welcome all the good and bad you see inside you. Yet give some extra special attention to that part of you that is powerful beyond measure, beautiful beyond words, and truly an extraordinary being who has access to unlimited love. Any resistance is futile and just makes you contact and contract from life and get even more emotionally knotted up inside. If you must resist an experience in this life, be conscious about it. Know that this is your choice. There's always another way to experience who you are. Try this for about a week, and a relaxing, freeing feeling will move on in. Trust the process. Let go and surrender to what is deeper and already at peace on the inside. There's no beginning or ending in this journeyless journey to nowhere. You do not start from somewhere, and you do not end at anywhere. You are where you are, and you continue from there. Bodhidharma. We understand fully that everything is energy. That's it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is pure physics. It's not philosophy. That quote came from Albert Einstein. He was right. Everything is energy. And that's all there is to it. Match that frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. And that's pure physics. Like attracts like. What do you think, what do you feel right in this very moment where that's at on this planet? Let's just say in this country for now. Where do you think that's at? What are people focused on? Fear, loss, lack of, worry, stress. This is what they're focused on. So they're matching that frequency with the universe. And they'll continue to get more and more of it as long as they're there with it. Not knowing that they could shift it all on the turn of a dime. We know that this universe we live in is more intelligent than the mind can ever comprehend. There are many hidden dimensions in everything, and everyone within it. We truly exist in the most fascinating, multidimensional, and infinite and mysterious field of conscious intelligent energy. This divine harmonic matrix is vibrating with life all around us. It is inside us. It is constantly connecting with our every breath, thought, emotion, and heartbeat. Just look around you. Everything is constantly exploding. And an orgasm of wild, unabandoned creativity right now on this planet. There's constantly things happening, being created. Geometric crystals are forming perfect patterns beneath the Earth's crust. Millions of animals, birds, insects, and humans are having intercourse in the most interesting positions. This is just a tiny tip of the iceberg as to all the wild, mysterious, and beautiful things happening on this planet right now. If and when you observe nature long enough, you will see everything is always changing, including that body you're in. It is said that we cannot step into the same river twice. It doesn't matter. Whatever, have you ever gone back? Have you ever gone back to something that you had long moved on from, and then events and things happen and you decide to go back to it? Right? And you go, this is really different. It's nothing like I thought it would be. I thought I could just pick up and, head on from where I ended it here. And it's totally different. And you don't have the same zeal or zest with it. And you usually end up putting it down and just saying, I'm done with that. And you know why that is? Because, believe it or not, we do progress, our minds progress, and we learn things. And so we come back to something that we were with several years before, and we have learned things. And the perspectives there are nowhere near the same because we've learned. And that's why we step out of it and leave it alone and continue to move forward. Our mind and emotional intelligence is continuously growing, evolving and changing. We were born highly intelligent beings who were meant to outgrow the small trousers we once wore in second grade. And we really wouldn't want to try putting them on again. Now, if you take a microscope and you have the opportunity to look into the DNA inside every cell in your body, you see that they all contain a sacred imprint that is unique to you. And each quantum particle, which means super, super tiny, of your DNA is this wild and uncharted, magnificent, intelligent mystery within it. This mysterious intelligence is embedded within the foundation of your blood, bones, and brain. You cannot escape from it, no matter how hard you try. What's interesting is that the mind tends to take for granted this sacred mystery every day. The mind has this tendency to create habits, fall into these little comfort zones of thought, safe emotional thought patterns. It finds ideas which label life, placing ourselves and others into tiny compartmentalized little thought boxes so we can feel more secure, self-assured, somewhat organized, standing the face of this wild, uncharted, infinite mystery that's surrounding us in all directions. Now, the moment we put anything in this divine existence into a thought box, we forget all about enjoying a state of devotion and worship to the divine mystery. The instant we forget about this great mystery of life, we initiate the suffering process. Every experience of this life thereafter becomes a challenge, as we live from the head and not from the heart. Most people live from the head on this planet. The mind is a master at continuously getting lost, believing all its inner thought structures are real. When our intellect holds tight onto fixed beliefs, it thinks life will feel more manageable, giving the illusion of control and the sensation that we are becoming wiser. Yet, this hard-coded, know-it-all mindset demolishes our childhood curiosity and abolishes any form of reverence for this deeply sacred divine mystery. One of the greatest mysteries I've ever discovered in this life is the human psyche. The human psyche is the accumulation of other people's thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions that we've adopted and inherited as our own. Remember that. The human psyche is the accumulation of other people's thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions that we've adopted and inherited as our own. All these beliefs, from the entire experience of ourselves, other people, this world, and our entire reality. The way we think, how we think, why we think this way and not that way, is the core network of our psyche and makes us behave more like predictable machines than a live cosmic organism. The human psyche, however, has a magical side to it, and that whatever we accept as the truth becomes what we actually manifest physically into our lives. Whatever we accept as the truth. Now, this may be one of the most awesome mysteries mankind has to explore. Our foundational belief structure is so powerful, pervasive, and penetrating that it always manifests itself in every single possible outcome and experience we have. This universe always supports whatever we believe. If deep down you believe you are not a lovable person, then the universe will constantly manifest for you the most challenging people, negative situations, and experiences that support this belief inside. If you truly believe you are lovable, the universe will slather your life with sweet, loving beings devoted to caring about you, honoring you, and caring for your needs in the most intimate and vulnerable ways. The intelligent universe energy simply follows thought. Whatever you believe about you is where the energy flows and manifests into the entire show all around you. In this highly technological age, which it is, people these days tend to believe science easier than religion. If you can prove God is real in a lab, then it must be true, right? What's fascinating about this time frame in our lives is that the quantum physicists of this world have ventured so deep into particles that they've had to merge their scientific understanding with a spiritual context. The practical Newtonian vocabulary doesn't have the words to explain the outrageous results they are finding. They are having to use more spiritual words and concepts to bridge the understanding of these hard-coded scientific results. Every particle, okay, every particle, no matter how small, has an intelligence. And that particle can determine what direction it's going to go. Think about that. Now, when you look at humanity, look at the civilization. Let's say you're floating up a high, and you're watching. Let's say you're in a major city. You're above a major city. And, excuse me, let's say that it's a busy hour. You know, maybe it's rush hour. Okay, people are coming in to their offices and work, or leaving to go home. And you watch it. And you see how everybody is moving at once, in a hurry. Many people sitting in their vehicles, they're in a hurry, they don't know why. A hurry to get home, hurry to get to work, hurried in between. But they're always in a hurry. Now, no matter what physical distance is between any one of us, we feel each other. Now, you take let's just say, a portion of space, okay? Now, this portion of space has really, it's a vacuum of space, which has no particles in it at all. Okay? Just picture that. Now, when you have people focus on this space, which is a void, a vacuum of space, and it has no particles in it. When we place our attention, that was the place the particles would show up. So when you look at this void that has no apparent particles in it, it's a vacuum of space, and you focus on it, particles begin to show up. Every time, without fail. So when you focus on something, now you won't see it, not with the eyes that these bodies have, but when you focus on something, you are moving particles, energetic particles, into form. Doesn't matter what it is. Okay? And as this happens, the energy and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, you start to form things. You could look at a wall, okay, and you could create particle movement in that wall. You couldn't see it with your eyes. But I guarantee you, with the right lab equipment focused on that portion, you would see particle activity. Now, any source, right? Any outside source, any source that you could think of that causes you to believe in something, right? Where you find yourself focusing on it. For you, you're going to create it, no matter what it is. This is not even arguable. The ego mind try to suppress that, make you believe that that's just a bunch of hooey. But in reality, it's been proven over and over again, there's no debate. Whatever you focus on, you're going to create for yourself. Now, why in the heck? Now, most of us don't know it. We don't know it. We really don't know that we're so powerful that whatever we focus on, we create. And most of it is subconscious or unconscious. So we're really not aware of it. We're not saying, well, watch me make those particles dance. Watch me create particles and avoid. You know why that is? Because we genuinely do not have 100% trust, faith, and confidence in ourselves or the universe. We're basically part of a quantum soup of highly intelligent energy that is all around us and has become an actual science in the quantum physics and the spiritually enlightened communities. The relationship between the mystic and the scientist were separated 500 years ago. You know what? Now they're back together. Kind of like a reunification. Now, it's our inherent curious nature to want to put labels on things, isn't it? And we always have to label things, people, ourselves, and create a universal law of attraction that will solve this great manifesting mystery of life. We think that if we have a more concrete global understanding of this life, then we can relax and rest even deeper into our spiritual nature. Perhaps only a fool would believe that we need something external to let go and relax internally. Why would we need to feel inferior to being one with Mother Nature? Just so as to push away our insecurity and strive towards a need to feel superior. Why would we do that? That's why the human psyche is the greatest mystery of them all. All that we have to do is to give up identifying with the body, with forms and limits, and then we shall know ourselves as the infinite self that we always are and always will be, ever beyond and forever. Ramon Morishi. Join you in meditation. I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose, and an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still. For today, imagine the most exotic, heavenly, healing home of your dreams. Design it in your mind in great detail. Picture the layout of the land, size of the home, structure, interior, and decorations. Perhaps you have an outdoor pool, sauna, hot tub, personal massage parlor. This is your fantasy home. So make it the most exotic version you can fathom. Now imagine your dream home is inside your heart. Actually visualize it there. See it yourself in it, feeling safe and secure here. Know that you can leave or return to this palace at any time. Merge with the energy you feel in your heart center and relax into it. Rest and receive any awesome healing energy that comforts you. This space is extraordinary. An indescribable abundance and joy exists here that will spread all throughout your life. Abide in your heart's inner fantasy, sanctuary, today. Carry it inside you, wherever you go. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. We will return here Sunday, October 8, 2023, 3:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest. Eternal gratitude at all times. And kick back, rest deep within the body, and watch the magic unfold.